Hello and welcome. We're Board Game Opinions. My name's Jonathan.
Andy.
Jen.
And Mark.
And we are playing, as you can see here, Cartographers. We are on Tabletop Simulator, so we are in a virtual world surrounded. It's just a dark room with a spotlight table. Interesting. Now, this is set up for a lot of players, actually, but there's only 4 of us, okay? So we are we've arranged ourselves with some of these player boards. Everybody gets their own player board like this. And it's a kind of tile laying game, so cards are going to come out of this deck, and it's going to give you various choices about what kind of tiles you can place and what shape of tiles you can place. So we have a bunch of chests here. You can see I can pull out some village tiles, which are red, or water tiles, which are blue, but you're going to have to arrange them in a particular shape. Now we're going to be filling up our board. These mountain spaces are quite important. If you surround them, you can get extra points, so we're going to be trying to do that. Sometimes we will have to place on ruins, but ultimately we're trying to complete various scorecard objectives, and these are the scorecard objectives here. So A, B, C, D. Sometimes it can get a little bit complicated, so I'm not going to go through them all at the start. We're just going to launch in, and hopefully it will make sense as we go through. The key thing to realize, though, is in the first season, you play the game over 4 seasons. So in spring, we are only going to be scoring cards A and B, i.e. the Lost Barony and the Great City. So I'll explain at least what these do. The Lost Barony, basically, you have to make a big square. So you have to take your tiles and create, I could start at the top left, or I could just start in the middle if I wanted to, but you're just trying to make a square that's as big as possible. Now, a mountain counts as a filled space. You could kind of build around a mountain, but you basically take how wide your square is and times it by 3. You get 3 points for every square along your biggest square, if you like. So that's the first one. We're trying to make a big square. Secondly, we have the Great City. We're trying to make the biggest collection of village spaces that are not next to a mountain. Okay, so although you kind of want to surround your mountains because you unlock these coins that get you points, in order to accomplish this scoring goal, actually you don't want to be next to the mountains, at least not with the village tiles. Surround them with other things, but not villages. As I say, I'll explain what these other scoring tiles are as we get to it, but we're going to play a round, and at the end of the round we're going to be scoring A and B only. And that's pretty much it. As I say, I'll explain a few other things on the board as they come up. We're going to be playing the game over 4 rounds, and most points at the end will be the winner. All right, are we ready?
Yes.
Let's go. Next card. It's a Hamlet. So, first of all, it tells you what kind of tile you've got to use. In this case, we've got to use the village one. And you have a choice. You can either place it in this kind of shape, and any kind of rotation of the shape or reflection of the shape is allowed. If I place 3 of them, I get a coin as well. You have a little coin track at the bottom here. At the end of each round, you get points for how many coins you've got. So the more coins you've got, the more points you get. But obviously this one has 5 tiles, so I'm going to get to put more village tiles down. And remember, for our Great City, we're getting points for Great City things. So I'm probably going to go for the bigger one here, so the 5 thing. Again, any orientation of that is allowed. You just grab them one at once. But I'm also bearing in mind, I want to kind of make a massive square. Oh, but the village mustn't be next to a mountain. So quite
I do
a lot to
believe
think
mountains count for that. They count as filled spaces.
They do, yeah,
do
that's
they?
right.
Yeah, so if regards to square, they do actually count.
Okay, so I'm just going to start in a corner because I've got a natural square border there. Oh, I think I'm going to go this way around. So I've placed this shape in this orientation, but I'm going to be careful to make sure this village doesn't touch the mountain. I'm going to try and fill the mountain around with other tiles. Just to give you a brief heads up later, you want water and farmland next to mountains, and mountains want to be connected by forests. As I say, I'll explain those in details a bit later. All right, so I've placed my tiles. If we just zoom out a bit, you'll see Andy here has chosen to place his there. Mark has gone in a very similar position, but not quite the same. And Jen's all the way up here, and Jen's gone for 3 and a coin. You'll see she's crossed off a coin down here. So at the end of the round, she's going to get 1 point.
Divergence.
At the end of every round, she'll get a point for that.
I don't know if it's good or not.
All right, and then we get the next
It's
card.
bad.
So marshlands. Now this time we have a choice. You can either put green tiles down or blue. Now you can't mix them. It's one or the other. And it has to be a sort of T-shape like this. Now, this is not going to help for either of these starting goals, but we need to, later on, we're going to try and connect mountains with forests. So that could be good. Or water next to the mountains. But really, I want a square, but this is not going to work well for me. How do I fit a T shape in here? That's not going to fit, is it?
Can you put stuff over the ruins normally?
Yes, you can.
You can cover ruins.
But if you get to a point where you have to place a ruin and you can't, then you get that kind of your limitation where you only get to place a single.
And I take it you can do mirror flips of the shapes as well as rotating.
Yep, that's fine.
Any way you want.
All right, so I think I can slot it in quite nicely here. I'm definitely going to want more villages here, but that makes a 3x3 square already. And I've got 2 sides of my mountain covered and potentially make it a bigger mountain. I'm happy with that. I like that. What did everyone else do? Oh, Andy went for green right in the middle. Mark's arranging something over there. And Jen's also gone for green. Yeah, you can see for later, we're going to have to connect the mountains by a line of forests. So Jen's trying to make a connected line of forest to get between 2 mountains. All right, is everyone done?
Don't tell them my plan.
All right, next card. Orchard. So this time the choice is between forest or farmland. Yeah, green forest and sort of brownie is farmland, and it's an L shape. Well, I could plonk a bunch of farmland there actually, because I get points. Not as many, but I do get points for farmland next to mountains. And then that makes my square potentially nice and big. I'm going to do that.
I'm also, I don't know if anybody else is doing this, locking in my pieces as I play them.
Oh, so that you don't accidentally move them later.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I played a game of number 9 on here the other day and accidentally rotated something in place, destroying.
It was very funny.
That would have been a problem.
Yeah.
Now, because I've surrounded the mountain, incidentally, the diagonals don't matter, but the sort of north, south, east, and west, if you like, the orthogonal directions, as long as you surrounded a mountain on all 4 of those sides, then you get to cross off a coin. So I come down here and I click, cross off a coin, and at the end of this season, I will get 1 point for having crossed off that coin.
How did you cross off the coin? Sorry, I think I missed that.
Surrounded the mountain.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
All right, so everyone done?
Yes.
Okay, next card. Oh, it's an ambush.
Monsters.
Right, so this is a purple card, and this works a little bit differently. First of all, this indicates the direction. So this is anti-clockwise, so we're going to be sort of doing it to the person on our right around the table. And we're going to be putting a diagonal line of 3 goblins, by the looks of it, on their board. Okay, so Mark starts to arrange it on my board. And he puts it there. So now I'm going to do it on Andy's. So effectively, it's a chance to mess up somebody else's board. Now,
Goblins
you can kind of fill the space or prevent them connecting things.
Yeah, let's go.
I think I'm going to. Yes, we're going to do this. I think that will probably be quite annoying for Andy. Now, at the end of the round, every monster that's not surrounded on 4 sides. Remember, I surrounded a mountain on 4 sides. Well, you have to try and surround your monsters on 4 sides to hem them in. Each monster that's not surrounded on all 4 sides scores 1 minus point. We'll be scoring at the end, but there is a space here for negative points for monsters. So at the moment, this is going to score -3 points for Andy.
That's not what it scores. It scores 1 point for every empty space next to the monster.
Yeah.
Oh, crumbs, is that much?
It's a lot higher.
Oh my goodness, that's even worse. Right, so yeah, let me explain that again because that's quite important. So it's not -1 per monster, it's -1 per space, like orthogonal space next to the monster. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 at the moment, the way I've laid this out for Andy. Yeah, you don't count the spaces twice, but each space next to a monster that's not covered. So if you cover in a few spaces, you're reducing your minus points. But yeah, currently that's -8. And Mark has put a nasty set of monsters you can see on my board as well. All right, everyone finished placing monsters on other people's boards? Yep. All right, great. Hi, Thomas. Thomas is recommending we go for ruins. Sometimes you have to place on the ruins, don't you?
Yeah, that's what I did. I targeted a ruin.
Yes, but if you cover them up, then you get a free choice potentially later. All right, next card. Riftland. So this is only one tile, but it can be anything you like, and you can put it anywhere you want. So it's like a free choice.
Pick a monster. Does that mean you monster yourself, or you monster someone else?
You could monster yourself. Usually that would obviously be a bad idea, but if you want to fill in like one odd little space, it might be quite helpful.
Yeah, I just thought if you pick purple, does it have to be you? It doesn't have to be someone else.
Yeah, it has to be your own board. That's right.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a scoring card or something like that for monsters.
Well, one little tile's not going to do a great job. Oh, I know why Mark's done that. He's broken up my connected set. I can't expand my village. That's terrible. Well, oh dear, Mark. I definitely want to fill in the space. I guess we start a new village down here. Oh dear. Hi, Nino. All right. Has everyone put their one tile down?
No.
Oh,
No,
Andy's thinking.
Being indecisive. Let's go. Let's just do. Let's do that. It doesn't really make much odds.
You can be a little bit AP pro in this game.
Yeah.
Trying to work out.
That'll do. That's locking that in.
All right. So next card. It's a fishing village. So a line of 4, either villages or water. Well, that would definitely help with that.
Well, it's got to be not next to the.
Not next to a mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a problem. That's done me.
Okay, I'm going to go here. It's a new village, which is probably not the best idea, but it does make my square bigger, and that's got to be good. You might be wondering when the season ends, how many of these cards do we draw? Well, at the top left there is a number, 1, 2, 2, 0, and 2, and you can add up all those numbers, and this implementation very helpfully adds them up for us. So there's a current total of 7, and once the total reaches the number at the top left of the spring card, that's the end of the season. So if we get to 8 or above here, then that will be the end of the season. All right, everyone done placing their line, the fishing village?
Yep.
Right, this is probably the last card. Oh, right, so a ruins card came out there. This ruins
It
card.
has to be, yeah.
Which means the next card must be placed on ruins. Okay, so you can either do 2 and get a coin, or a plus. But it's got to go on ruins. Oh, this is
pretty much decides it for me.
Not great. I can't make my square bigger. This will be the last card of the round as well. I think I'm going to get 2 in that corner and get a coin.
Yeah, I'm playing a 2.
Mark's got a big space, hasn't he? Big block of villages. All right, are we all done?
No, sorry. I'm just thinking where to put my farmland.
So this is Jen's board.
Yeah,
Jen clearly is not
I'm
going
not
for the big square.
I'm not sure what I'm doing. I wasn't going for a square. No, I'm not sure that was a good idea to not go for that. But
she's got the
I've
villages.
not done it. So I've got a 2x2. You know.
She's connecting the mountains with the forests. While we're waiting for Jen to plant,
yes,
I will show you the next 2 scoring cards. So in the summer season that's coming up, we will be scoring scorecards B and C. So we're going to do the Great City again, which is why Mark's gone for a really big one. But we will also be doing Mage's Valley. And Mage's Valley gives you 2 points for every water next to a mountain, and 1 point for every farmland next to a mountain. So that's straightforward. And D, you're trying to connect mountain spaces with a line of forest, if you like. Any sort of connected set of forests that connect mountains will give you 3 points for each mountain that's connected effectively. So those are all the scoring cards for our game. Right, shall we see if Jen is done? She's putting them down.
Almost. Just trying to get that. Yeah, we go.
Oh,
there we go.
She's gone for 2 and a coin. All right, so that's the end of the season.
2 and a coin.
So next season. Wing.
Needs
All
to
right.
have points.
So, oh yes, we need to do points, don't we? So
Oh yes, right.
at the bottom, you add up what you get. So the first box is for your biggest square, like how long the side of your biggest square is, times 3. Okay, so my biggest square, I have got a 4x4 here. Couldn't quite get the 5x5. But the 4x4 means I get 4 times 3, which is 12 points. So that goes there. And it puts the total for you here. And then the second scoring card is the Great City. So you're just getting 1 point for every village in your largest space of villages. Now, I've done very badly at this because I've marked horrible monsters. But they're all spread out. They're not touching. So this is going to be 5. I'm going to get 5 points for my villages. 5. Then add up coins. I get 2 points for my coins. And then minus points for monster squares. So I've managed to surround this monster and those ones. That's quite good. So spaces next to monsters are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to lose 4 points for monsters because of that. So this...
Orthogonal, right?
Yeah, only orthogonal.
Yeah.
It's going to be -4, which brings me down to a total for spring of 15 points.
Oh, God.
Now, Mark's got 9, is that?
Yep.
Andy's on 9 as well. Oh,
9 as well.
Do you not need to put the minus sign in? I sort of felt like I had to
No.
put the minus sign.
No,
No.
you don't.
Ah, you can just put the number 4, yeah. So that's always going to be negative. Okay, and Jen, what are you on?
I'm on 9 as well, which surprises. Oh no, 8.
8.
It's changed its mind. 8.
Okay. Looks like my square paid off. All right, so that's it. We do that over 4 rounds, and then it's the end of the game. So we're now on to summer. You can see it's going to be scorecards B and C that are going to get scored at the end of this season. And once the total of the cards is 8 again, it will trigger the end. Incidentally, the goblin attack that came out has gone.
All right.
But we add in a new ambush card, so I think there is another ambush card that could come up this time. All right, first card.
Just the one.
I think there's just one. I think we add one each time, but if you don't use it, then there could be more than one that comes up in a subsequent season.
Oh.
All right, it's farmland. Big plus or a 2 with a coin. I want farmland next to mountains, but it's hard to fit a plus next to a mountain. And I also want to fill in the space. The danger with putting my plus here is it would leave 1 random empty space. And although you can get 1s, you saw there was a Riftlands card that gave you 1 square. They don't come up often, and it might not come up again. I think I'm going to go for the 2 with the square, with the coin rather. But where do I put them? I want to leave. I don't want to get hemmed in by Mark's monster tactics again. So I'm going to. They do kind of. Right, I'm just going to go for this. I'm going to go for the ultimate square. We're going to put 2 there and get a coin. All right. Mark also went for 2 and a coin. Andy, you're done.
Yeah, hang on a sec. The last round, the card that came out, the last card was on ruins, wasn't it?
It was. It had to be placed on ruins.
Yeah, sorry. We have just realised I didn't put it on. I thought I had put it on a ruin, and realised looking at another board I didn't.
All right.
So,
card.
but yeah, it doesn't actually change my scoring at all.
It appears to be going through the same set of cards.
Yeah, so I think it shuffles those back in. But there's 14 cards in total, so you might get new ones, you might get the same ones. It's random each time. But we've definitely seen that before. I remember we want water next to mountains. But do we want to connect the mountains with the forest is the thing. It'd be nice if I can surround the monster. I'm going to try and... Oh, but it's water this time. It's water now. I feel like I should do the water now because that's what we're getting points for.
Water means points.
Next to mountains, it does, yes.
Sure. No,
Just 1 point, isn't it?
Two,
Oh no, it's 2
two for
points.
a water.
Right, okay. I thought both.
Oh, that's why
I
it
changed
doesn't
my mind.
say. Oh, I wondered why it didn't just say water or farm. I see now. Quite obviously, it says 2 points for one of them and 1 point for the other.
Yeah.
Stupid me
Yeah.
chose farm before. I don't think I should. Oh,
Yeah, I sort of misread that as well. I thought it was one.
yeah, yeah. I see it now. There's a big golden star next to it.
Yeah, it's because I'm quite zoomed out, so I can't actually see the values on the stars. I just see
Yeah.
that they give you points saying. I don't remember what they actually are.
All right, I think people are nearly
actually-
there. Jen's done. All right, everyone finished?
No, I'm reloading.
Andy's rearranging.
Rearranging.
His T's going there.
Yep. So lock. One thing I do like about these player boards is that you can also sort of set your land name, player title, and
Oh,
name.
Andy reckons he's an archduke. All right, next card. Forest. Oh, now I'm wishing maybe I'd done the forest thing, but we don't get points for deed this round. But we will get points for farmland next to mountains.
Oh, that's very weird. Oh, you distracted me, Andy, by telling me I can write things on the sheet. But I'm trying to write it upside down.
Now I'm going to do what I did before and surround this mountain.
What are we doing?
As well as getting that next to the mountain, I get a coin.
We're on orchards.
Yeah, I've decided to become Archduke Peltazoid of Magrathea.
They have that much space.
All right.
Go on then. I'll have a green.
This actually is a roll and write.
Yeah, so if you play a
draw
physical
and write.
copy
Do it.
of the game, you don't put tiles on your board, you actually write on this board.
It's nice with the tiles, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, we all done?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, let's go for it.
As actually as a roll as the actual paperwork, you'd probably have to just initial or try and draw something to indicate.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to try and draw the terrain type.
Okay, that is bad for me. That is not a shape that I want.
It's not a great shape, is it?
Fine shape. No complaints for that shape.
How am I going to fit that in? I think we're going to have to just start a new one of these. Although this village thing is not going to score again. It's the last time the village scores, isn't it? And if I put it there, I'm not going to get more than 5. I think I should abandon the village thing and do something different. I'm just going to go for surrounding mountains, I think, because I get points for that. So we're going to do this. Which kind of adds, I'm trying to get a really big block.
2, 4, 6. Oh, we're on 7
Get a super
already.
square at the end.
Super square.
Okay.
Do we score them all at the end or something?
No. But A will score again at the end.
Oh, will it? Ah, okay.
Effectively,
Hence
each scoring
super
card
square.
will score twice over the course of the year.
Right.
All right, everyone done?
Hang on. Overcooked it. Put one too many tiles in.
All right, so this will probably be the last card of the season. No, because it's
Goblin
a monster.
time.
Monster time.
So again,
Oh dear.
same direction, we go to the right,
Bush.
and it's like a sort of U shape on its side, I suppose.
Yes, I just want to stop you doing that there, don't I? I don't know if
Well,
that's a special one.
how can I thwart Andy the most? The problem is that Mark is currently thwarting all of my plans with his horrible monster placements. Actually, no,
I love that. You zoom over to someone else's board and think, oh, horrible things can I do? And meanwhile, you come back to your own board and it's like, oh, no.
Okay, there's lots of space
Oh.
next to these monsters, so
Oh,
that
what?
scores lots of minus points for Andy.
How am I going to get to that mountain now? Oh, Andy. Andy.
Yeah, I think we'll just do that. Right, and
Goblins
Mark has just
everywhere.
put them in the over here, so I'm gonna have to try and surround all this space, which is miles away from where I really want to build my stuff.
Goblins.
All right, everyone finished placing? Yep, looks
Yep.
like it. Okay, so maybe this will be the final card. Yes, this triggers the end of the
L
season.
shape.
Yellow,
Big L.
blue.
Oh, that could. Oh, I know where that could go. But all the monsters. What about all the monsters that he's put down?
Oh, yeah. About all these monsters.
I'll get a coin, and I'll get points if I put it here. That would be quite good if I go for the water.
3 and 3.
If I went here, I don't get the coin, but I surround 2 of my monsters spaces. Can I fit an L shape in there? Not easily, no. That'll be 2, but then that's a 1 every. Okay, I think actually my best bet is to surround the mountain again. So yeah, I went for blue in an L shape like that. It surrounded a mountain, so I tick off another coin. And then that is the end of the season. So if you score up your points, so first of all, again, it's your largest connected village spaces that are not touching a mountain. And I've kind of abandoned that, so I've got the same 5 I had the first round. Okay, next up is Mage's Valley. So 2 points for every water next to a mountain, and 1 point for every farmland next to a mountain. Now this I did quite well on. You can see I've done it 3 times. I've surrounded this mountain. So that's going to be 2, 4, 5, 6.
Oh, I'm just getting destroyed
8,
by the
10.
monsters.
11, 12, 14, 16, 17, 18. So I think that's 18 points. I did quite well on that one. Just double check. It should be 6 times 3, yeah, because I've done the same thing on each farm, on each mountain. Right, then it's coins. I've now got 5 coins. That's 5 points. Unfortunately, monsters. Monsters are bad. So I've still got these 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Then we've got another. Oh, Mark, what have you done? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, I think.
At least you got as many as I did.
5, 6, and not that one. 7, 8, 9.
Oh, I think I might have taken
10,
myself too many last
11,
time.
12, no, 13. I lose 13 points. Yeah, because it's only orthogonal spaces. I think I counted a diagonal by mistake.
1,
So
2,
that brings my
3,
wonderful score down to only 15 for the round.
10, I
It was
think.
much higher than that. Minus 13 points. That's criminal. Right, so I scored 15. Andy scored 16. Mark scored 13. And Jen over here scored 16. Oh, so Andy and Jen definitely take that round. Everyone done scoring?
Yeah.
Let's have a new season. All right, so we're halfway through the game. We've lost that monster card, fortunately. And we're now on fall, or autumn. And we're doing scoring cards C and D. So the Mage's Valley scores again. So all my wonderful water and farmland will score again. But now we also have to try and connect mountain spaces with lines of forest. And you can see, I think Jen was doing lots of forest all over the
Good luck
place.
with that, Jonathan.
Yeah, so you see Jen's got lots of forest. She's going to
I
score
was
very well
doing
on
it,
this.
yeah. Then Andy goblined me and...
I am not going to do well because I've surrounded all my mountains. But I think I should give up on that one, shouldn't I? Anyway, let's have a card and see what we can do with it. Riftlands. So it's just a single square.
I'll have a Riftland. Yeah.
Single square.
No complaint there.
I can forget this because that won't score again. I think I want to try and get a big square though. Big square is going to be good. There's no point doing mountain. This really doesn't matter. So I'm going to go for...
Actually, even though it's not going to score, a village just in there.
I think I'm going to put a forest in there. It covers up 2... Oh, it covers up one of the monster spaces, I suppose, is good. All right, everyone done?
Mm-hmm.
Marshlands. So that's the T shape again.
Oh, lovely. That's exactly what I wanted
Dear,
to
that is
see.
not what I want.
It just fits in all the right places.
Oh dear, Mark's very happy. There's a not good sounds coming from Mark. Right. Let me grab. I kind of want to fill up this space to get the square thing, but I want to get it next to water, and I want to surround the monsters. I think we're going to go here. This is our best option. The problem is, oops, missed. It's going to be very difficult to fill in this unless I get just the right shape again.
What's the scoring on this? 3 points.
All right, that covers up several monster spaces though, and it gets it next to the mountain. That's good. Okay, are we done?
Not yet.
Oh, Andy's going for.
Sorry, I was checking the scoring.
Forests. Mark's got lots of forests. Look, everyone's going to do well on forests except for me. All right, next card. It is a hinterland stream. That's interesting.
That's okay. Fine, I guess.
Well, I could put it here and I'd hope to fill up a really big square. Oh, it would go there. Or maybe I should do that because that fills up quite a lot of space. If only I can fill this later. It doesn't get me any mountain things, but I want a really, really big square. Which thing is going to be harder to fill? They're both the same, I guess, aren't they? Oh, but there's a monster here. But that could be more difficult to fill if I make it an awkward U shape. Ah, decisions. I'm going to go in here.
Oh, I think I'm going to change my mind.
Because it covers up this monster space. As long as I can fill this. If I can fill that, I'll do quite well. Okay, are we more or less there?
Nearly.
Jen's just putting some water in the middle. Oh, that fills in quite nicely. Okay, and next card. Now, just notice the total only goes up to 7 here, and we're already up to 4, so the fall season does tend to finish faster. Now we're up to 6 with a treetop village. Oh, that's not a good shape. That doesn't fit in any of the spaces I want. Well, I guess we just try and
never going to score again.
The mountain.
Yeah. Right.
Which one, sorry, Andy?
Which one's going to score again?
No, I was going to say B's never going to score.
B will never score again.
Oh, will it? Oh, I'm confused at how these scoring things work.
So we're going to do
but
C
A
and D
will.
this round.
Yeah.
And then the final round is A and D. Because A has only scored once so far. B has already scored twice, so it won't score again.
Righto. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. Can't do much about that. I mean, that's not.
Go here. But that's going to make it very difficult to fill in this little bit later. I'm going to risk it because I'll get another coin, and the coins are quite valuable. I don't really want forest next to mountain, but oh well. It is what it is. And I surrounded a mountain, so I get a coin. All right, so I think Jen is still placing.
Yeah, we're nearly there. Yep.
All right, so this is probably the last card, unless we get a monster. No, we don't. Oh, look at that. That's exactly the shape I need. All right, so we'll go. I really don't think it matters which tile I use, so I'm going to try and have a pretty forest down here. It does surround the monsters though, so that's quite good as well.
Yeah, I'll take a single.
Well, I've got some major monster problems still happening over here.
Major monster.
But look, I've got quite a large square now. I just need to fill this bit in next. Right. So that's it, actually. That triggers the end of the season. There was no monster attack this season, thank goodness. So score up your points. So first of all, 2 points for every water and 1 point for every farm next to a mountain. I got 18 last time and that hasn't changed, but I've added here, there's an extra 4, so that's 22 for those. And then connected mountains connected by forests, I'm going to score 0. I did not manage to connect any of my mountains with forests, so that's rubbish. But coins, I've got 6 coins, look. 6. And then minus points. Well, it's going to be the monsters, so that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's minus 6 for monsters. That's not too bad. It was minus 13 last time.
3
I
points
filled
for
in
each
those quite
mountain.
nicely.
So another
4,
mountain.
5, 6.
I got 22. I think Andy's done. He got 21. Oh, it's very tight, very tight. Mark got 27 though. He scored very well, and he's going to score that big 18 that he got. He's going to score. Oh no, that was the C one, wasn't it? So it's the 12 he's scoring again on that one. Okay, and then Jen. My goodness, Jen got 31. This was her round.
I think so.
So she's got the yeah, she got lots of water. You can see next to the mountain. She got lots of points for that.
I think that's, well, is that right? Doesn't that
2,
sounds too
4,
much?
6,
Have I done that
8,
wrong?
10, 12, 14, 16, 18.
18.
I count on that one. Yes.
Okay.
It's not quite as impressive, but it's still pretty
It
good.
did sound like too much, didn't it? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 17, yeah, 18.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah, thank you.
Everyone done scoring?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Final season then. So you can see winter here. We are scoring cards D and A, and we only need 6, a total of 6 to come out before it ends. So let's have a card. Oh, it's a ruins one, so this has to be placed on ruins.
I don't have a ruin to place it on, so I place it anywhere.
Oh yeah, so Mark's been quite clever. He follows Thomas's advice of covering all the ruins. So you get a free choice if there are no ruins, but I'm going to have to put mine on this ruin, which is not good at all because it's just miles away from anywhere.
Doesn't make a difference now, does it?
Maybe I get some kind of forest connection thing. Oh, who knows? I'm going to go with forest.
I think I missed. Have I missed? What was the first one? Oh,
It's a
ruin.
It just
Ruins.
makes it clear the next card has to be put on a ruin.
Yeah, gotcha. Right. So that's fine.
Well,
Oh,
I mean, it has to go on a ruin, so we'll start there. And I guess if we go over to here, it will block one of those monster spaces. It's not great, but it'll do. All right, everyone done? All right, let's have another card. Oh no, it's a kobold onslaught.
Oh no.
We're doing the opposite way around, aren't we?
Yes, so
Oh.
we're going left here rather than right. So I'm going to be
Get
messing
Andy
with
back.
Mark's board, and it's
I think
Right.
you should put. I think you
Mini
should put
T.
it right here, Jonathan. This little T shape that's quite obvious.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like made for that spot.
right. He's trying to connect mountains with. He's already done that. He's connected to all of his mountains.
Wow.
Oh, well,
This is-
forget about that then.
There's no. I mean, it's going to be very hard to do anything too much at this stage of the game.
Yeah, I just want to have as many spaces next to it as possible, I guess.
I'll give
So
you a coin
does-
that way.
Does that do it? That makes it hard for him to fill space as well. We'll do that. What's Andy doing? He's just going for lots of empty spaces. Yeah, that makes it. That's going to give me a massive ton of minus points at the end of this. Oh, Andy. Let's hope Jen has stuffed you up at least.
Jen's,
I didn't have
Ah.
much space to put
No,
it. So
indeed.
yeah.
Cunning.
Actually, that's a better. 1, 2, 3. That's a better space to put it there, isn't it? It's
Fill up some of these
probably-
spaces here. I'd reduce a lot of my minus points. Maybe I should aim for that.
Jen's got.
so it might be hard for you to put stuff in those spaces,
Yeah.
depending on the
Yeah,
shapes
yeah.
that come up.
All right. Next card.
Oh,
It's a Riftland, so you get
I
a
like a
1.
single.
That's quite handy. Now, do I fill up a monster space with that, or do I try and go for my super square? I think I'm going to try and go for super square. So I'm going to put it here because you can get some smaller L shapes that might fit in that space. It really doesn't matter what tile I put down, so I think we'll have a nice tree. There we go. Everyone done?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Forgotten Forest.
Oh, that's perfect.
Oh, that's not really good.
That's lovely. Oh,
It's lovely, isn't it? I like that too.
He thought of that one. I mean, that's
Probably
completely
wanna
changed.
cover
I
up
like that.
forests. Yeah, I just want, I could go here though and score the coin. That would give me a point. But it doesn't surround the... I'm losing like a point for every space next to a monster. I could cover up 2 of these monster spaces. I don't think I can fit that 4 space in anywhere. That's horrible. Oh, hang on, it would fit in there. And that would cover up 2 monsters. Let's do that. You never know. Yeah, if I got an L shape, then I'd have a big square there. That would be great. Okay, everyone done?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, this... Oh, no, we're not at the end of the season because we've had the monster cards and things. Right, it's a great river. It's a line of 3 or a staircase. That does not fit where I want it to.
Staircase isn't going to fit in here.
The line would fit. The staircase won't fit there. In fact, I can't fit the staircase anywhere on the board. So I'm going to have to take the line of 3. That's probably the best option, actually. Although, yeah, there's no way I'm going to get a bigger square, I don't think. I'm just going to surround these horrible monsters with water and reduce my minus points. Everyone done?
Yep.
Right, next card. And yes, this triggers the end of the game. And it doesn't fit.
Oh, that would have been perfect earlier, but...
That's not what I want. Well, I think in that case, I'm just going to have to perhaps surround this mountain. I can't get it next to these monsters. It's just the wrong shape. Can't fit it in here or here or here. That is going to be the only space. In fact, that's the only space on my entire board in which I think I can even fit it in. Yeah, so I guess we'll just have... In fact, because it doesn't matter, I'm going to have a nice little village down the bottom here. Oh, this is not ended well.
No.
But that surround a mountain, I get a coin.
Holes.
Yeah, I was hoping for the big T.
All right, so we do final scoring round. So we're scoring D first. This is the forest thing, which again gets me 0 points. And then oh no, we're doing A again. So this is the big square. Now it could have been an enormous square, but unfortunately. Oh, Casey's just asking if Mark placed a single square because he didn't have a ruin space open.
I did. Yes, I think it was somewhere around here.
Oh, so you don't put the shape down then. You just put a single square.
You put a
right?
single square, yeah.
Each space.
Oh, okay.
So I placed a single square, which was kind of what I was hoping to happen, actually.
You filled the space, did you?
Yeah, it was a perfect one of those.
Yeah, that's a good point. A good rules point, Casey. Thank you. Right. What was I doing? I was trying to score my big square, that's right. So count how big my square is. Well, it's going to be 6 by 6, I think, is the biggest square I can fit.
5.
I can't get 7 across anywhere, can I? No.
Oh,
So close to get 7 by 7.
There.
So 6 times 3 gets me 18. So this is not a good final round because I did so badly
Yeah, I done poop on my square.
on the forest.
It's the poop square.
Coins are quite good though. I've got 7 coins.
5's the best. 3 5s,
I
15.
surrounded most of my monsters. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, minus 7 for monsters.
Yeah, me too.
Right, so on this final round, I scored 18, Andy scored 24, Mark scored 35, my goodness, and Jen scored 28. So then it adds it up for you when we get total final scores, grand scores. I got 70. Andy also got 70. I think we're tied last there, aren't we, Andy? Mark got 84 and Jen got 81. So Mark wins by 3 points. Yeah, so it was quite close for first, and quite close for last, and a big gap in between.
Yeah, I think but I thought you was going to be ahead of me though, Jonathan.
Yeah, you're doing really well, Jonathan, at the beginning. I thought you got it by miles at the beginning.
Yeah, 2 scoring rounds of 0 on one category.
Yeah, I ignored the forests. I shouldn't have ignored the forests. Well, so there we go.
Square got me.
That is Cartographers. As we say, in real life, if you play this, then it's a draw, and it's not roll and write. What do you call it?
Draw and draw.
Right? Drawn? Yes. Who knows? You're still drawing obviously the cards out of the deck.
Yeah.
But that's right. You get kind of marker pens, don't you? And you're drawing on your board the different types of terrain and things, which I think is why they have the symbols on, apart from anything else. Are you actually drawing like little houses on each square? Is that how it works?
Yeah, yes,
So
yeah.
you
You draw the terrain type. Yeah.
Okay.
It'd be better if I suppose you had coloured pencils.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's very nice and simple though. Like in terms of rules, the most complicated thing is just figuring out how each of these different scoring tiles actually works. The first time you look at it, it's like, hang on, what does this mean, and what are these stars for? But it does explain at the bottom of each tile exactly how many points you're getting for it. So once you've got your head around it, it's fine. It plays very smoothly, and as you can see, it's fairly quick as well. What do you guys think of it?
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah, I like it. It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of the sort of more one of the better rolling sort of like pen and paper, either rolling or card drawing games that I've played. Yeah, it's really nice.
It works well on here as well. It's one of those that I think possibly works better online than having to draw it.
I agree with Joe with
alone.
this. I think it works really with this implementation like this with the tiles. Also, you get the nice clicking tile sign with the tiles and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I can see wanting to sort of modify the actual if a physical copy with little tiles that you.
Yeah, I was just going to say the same thing. If I wanted to have it in real life, I want the little tiles. Yeah.
You could buy an expansion pack which comes with tiles, couldn't you? Putting on your board.
Yeah, I mean the selling point there.
Now this has actually been nominated for. Is it the Spiel or the Kennerspiel, Mark? Can you remember?
It's the Kennerspiel.
Oh, okay. So the German Strategy Game of the Year, which is one of the highest accolades you can receive in the board gaming world. This has been nominated this year. Now the results get announced in mid-July, so a few weeks' time. But this is a potential contender. This could win. Which would increase sales enormously. Just the fact that this has been nominated at all will dramatically increase the sales of this game. It does make a huge difference to board game sales, that particular award. But if it wins, it'll be enormous.
One thing that would, is sort of, even though it's a great game, and I'd sort of, one thing that would put me off is the fact that of the branding of it, because it's with it being called Cartographers, a role player type. A role player tale.
Oh yes, I wondered about that.
I do like role player, the game of creating a character, but it's quite a good game. I sort of like, but I would have thought this was an expansion for it, or like a mini thing for the original role player.
Is it set in the same world then?
Game. I guess so.
Yeah, all the iconography is exactly the same. The card design is exactly the same as role player.
I guess they're trying to make a brand of it, though.
That's role player.
Because this is the third one, though, isn't it? Because there was Lockup as well, which came before it.
Right. Yeah, because they put me off even looking at them, because it's like, okay, a role player tale. What's that? And I'm just not even bothered.
Yeah. Okay. So if you're not familiar, there is another game called Role Player, which is very different from this game in many ways.
It's nothing.
But yeah, just same theming, same universe. Although, I mean, the theme is paper thin on this, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The cards could be anything. It's just squares you're putting on a grid. Although I like the artwork, and particularly the monsters. It's quite nice with the various monster artwork that they've picked. That's good. But yeah, it really could be anything at all. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Hopefully that gives you a nice overview of how Cartographers works. We will see you next time. Bye.
Cheers. Bye.